did an experiment this week. I found myself craving for fast food, junk food, meat, non-vegan food, and the last, I guess from like January to end of March, April, I was very, very strictly vegan, gluten-free. I started to cut out sugar, started to cut out coffee at the end, and then like I said, I had all these cravings, and by the beginning of May, actually it's probably only about a week or two ago, I tried an experiment. I allowed myself basically everything I was craving in a week, and the idea behind it was to let myself have what I wanted, and instead of restricting myself like I have been for the past couple of months, and finally allowing myself to have what I actually wanted to have, that it would kind of pass through me and I wouldn't crave it anymore. Would not crave it anymore. And it was interesting. I gave myself like 5 or 6 days to have whatever I wanted, which included a $5 pepperoni pizza from Papa John's, to cookie pizza, to McDonald's, which I haven't had in a long time, but I was craving like a McDouble, and I had McFlurry the other day. I went all out. Went all fucking out. Had breadsticks. Haven't had those in a while. Had Popeyes. Yeah, I'm not kidding around, guys. Had like their $6 surf and turf fried shrimp and chicken finger box with fries. What else did I have? It's just like a couple muffins and coffee. You know, muffins being the sugar and the wheat and maybe somewhat dairy. Coffee cake muffins and double chocolate chip muffins. And what I realized towards the end of this like 5-6 day binge fest was it didn't get it out of my system. I mean, for like a day or two maybe, or just honestly, no, I wouldn't even say that. For like, like maybe an hour or two, it got out of my system, but then I found myself craving these things even more. And I found too that after I would eat these things, especially the meat, there was this feeling of just not enough. Like I needed another one right after. And that's something that I haven't experienced in a very long time. It was really interesting to feel these like primal, craving, addictive emotions again, around food, especially fast food, which I haven't been eating a lot of this year. And I told myself 5 or 6 days and I'd be done with it. And then I found myself for like the next 2 to 3 days continuing it. I went back to Popeyes. I went back to the grocery store to get a muffin. I went back to get a coffee. And it just really illuminated me on a different level to the degree to which we are so addicted to our food, and how it's such a large part of my identity, not just as who I am as a person right now, and who I have been in the past, but also the just day-to-day identity of like planning my day around food, and this identity and this filling up of my day with food, versus if you don't have food to fill up your day, what do you use the time for? Who are you? Like we have such like contracts and such such addictions. That's what it is around food, that like they encompass so much of our day, and we forget that, like, you know, we're here on this earth for so much more than just food. And again, like, I'm the I'm the first guy to like have an identification with food and pizza and wings and chicken and all of this shit. But it's really got me feeling and thinking, like, you know, how do I want my relationship with food to change, you know, going forward? And, you know, what's at stake if I continue on with the habits that I've been doing for most of my life around food? I'm definitely switching over more to a raw vegan diet. It's not gonna, I mean, when I said I was vegan, you know, from January to about the end of March, it was definitely not raw vegan. You know, I was having the vegan gluten-free pizzas, the vegan gluten-free cooked food, the vegan gluten-free, you know, cookies and all that shit. It's from the intuition that I've received over the last couple of days. And again, I'm not promoting meat by any means, but you're if you're having the fake meats, if you're having the fake cheeses, if you're having the fake, or, you know, the gluten-free vegan cookies, you're bypassing the addiction. You know, you're filling the void with something else that's, you know, artificially, synthetically created. I would just say, you know, from my experience, just have the fucking meat, have the fucking cheese, have the, you know, non-gluten-free vegan cookie, and allow your system to feel that again. You're going around the corner by having the vegan gluten-free, unless you love them, and, you know, like, again, like, to each their own. But, like, again, in my experience, it was like I was bypassing just the sugar, the, you know, the heavy fats and the heavy sodium in meat, and yeah, I was just bypassing, you know, the addictions that I had to those foods. So yeah, I'm gonna be more doing vegan raw stuff coming up, and I don't want to really put a date on it because I'm just taking it one day at a time. And yeah, it's fascinating how enmeshed we are with food in our society, and